Hey, what's up everyone? Wes here. Welcome back to another Battlefield 2042 video, and today we have got some great news because the Battlefield 4.1 update is officially releasing May 19th, as I've noted in my previous videos. So guys, let's go ahead and talk about the patch notes. This is some great news because we also got confirmation that Season 1 is going to be releasing in early June. Real quick guys, I do have a Discord if you guys would like to join that and join the community. We talk about Battlefield all the time, as well as other general gaming topics, so definitely join that. And I will also be streaming this new update on my Twitch channel, so if you guys would like to watch me play Battlefield 2042 live, definitely go in the description and follow that as well. Without further delay, let's go ahead and jump into the update 4.1 for Battlefield 2042. So according to the Battlefield 2042 blog, they said no patch, update 4.1 releases on May 19th. The focus for this update is to deliver further fixes and quality of life improvements, as well as to update our all-out warfare rotations alongside some balance changes to weapons and specialists. They then gave us a brief overview of all of the changes. They said the overall power of Boris's SG-36 Sentry gun has been reduced, so the Sentry has finally received a tuning change, which I think is a good thing. They said that Angel can no longer provide armor plates via his supply bag, and then they said that stock weapons now handle better through improved base recoil. To compensate, we've slightly reduced the recoil benefits provided by attachments, and then all-out warfare playlists have been updated with new setups, removing Breakthrough 128 from the list of options on Xbox Series X, S, PlayStation 5 and PC only. We've got some more details with that, so we're going to talk about that pretty soon. They then stated that up next in our update schedule is the release of Season 1, currently set to release in early June. We'll be back with a full overview and the update notes closer to its release. So hopefully that will include the specialist rework feedback loop that we were supposed to get a long time ago. I would hope we would get to see that before the launch of Season 1, and then Season 1 implements those changes. Now, in terms of the rollout for update 4.1, there's not going to be any downtime, as is tradition with Battlefields. So all you have to do is update the game and then jump on a server and you can play. The update will likely go live at 3 a.m. Central Time, so if you plan on staying up for it, you might as well just go to sleep and then wake up for the update. Now we're going to talk about all of the fixes, changes, and improvements updated with update 4.1. Starting off, vehicle aim sensitivity and transport vehicle free look sensitivity controller settings now always correctly apply their effects. And then for those of you that are on controller, this is your update right here, guys. Aim assist has been improved while aiming at moving targets. Next up, we have aim assist should no longer incorrectly acquire targets through thin obstacles. When not ranking up, you should no longer see that you have been promoted during the end of round screen. They also delivered improvements that help reduce input lag. Hopefully this note right here fixes a lot of the issues with mouse input, but that's hard saying. We'll have to actually play the game tomorrow to see if that actually improved anything. Moving on, they adjusted trigger weight to ensure that the input feels more responsive when applying successive inputs. For the audio section, they said the announcer voiceover for Battlefield 1942 and Battlefield 3 experiences has been remastered and now includes new radio sound effects. Now, as for Battlefield Portal, specialists now correctly display animations during the end of round screen while in Battlefield Portal modes. They made the following changes to hardcore templates within the Battlefield Builder to align them with our featured experience offerings, enabled HUD in hardcore templates, and disabled the mini-map and compass in hardcore templates. We've got some great updates for gadgets. Hitting enemies with the EMP effects now correctly triggers player disrupted XP. They removed placement delay for deployable gadgets, so they now appear instantly, and the deployable gadgets are now easier to deploy. Now for the insertion beacon, the size of the beacon has been increased so it's easier to see, and the insertion beacon is now visible from further away. Now let's talk about the modes. We've got arguably one of the biggest updates for all-out warfare since the game launched. They said, and I quote, "In this update, we're making multiple updates to all-out warfare rotations. Our leading change is the removal of the 128 player version of Breakthrough. When reviewing the available experiences in all-out warfare, we felt that the 128 player modes are better suited for conquest, where gameplay spaces are larger and where you have a more natural fit for sandbox gameplay. In Breakthrough's 128 player mode, we feel like the value and impact of an individual player and squad is reduced to the increased intensity and chaos of the combat. When reviewing Breakthrough, we noted that the 64 player version represented a more tactical experience. Reducing our player count here helps to remove some of the chaos from the experience, and in combination with the reductions that we have made to the number of available combat vehicles, it means means that players are better able to hold front lines more effectively. Players will also find the space to work together and fulfill their individual goals. As a result, squads in Breakthrough 64 have a better opportunity to work together to flank the enemy, place a spawn beacon, use their plus system to attach suppressors, and then clear and hold a point. One squad helping turn the tide as an example. We believe that the move to 64 players will bring back the pacing that helps celebrate these moments of teamwork and PTFOing, and we will be keeping a close eye on how our changes help to improve the experience ahead of the start of season 1. Now we have further changes to the modes as well. Breakthrough 64 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox X and Series S now have set map sizes for specific maps. For Discarded, Manifest, Orbital, and Kaleidoscope, they will play the 128 player version. For Hourglass, Breakthrough, and Renewal will play the 64 player version. For the Soldier section, we have an update for the Compass. The Compass now expands while in ADS to improve its readability. Moving on to Specialist changes, Angel will no longer be able to grant armor plates via his supply bag. Moving right along, we've got a big update for Boris. Spotting via the SG-36 Sentry Gun now highlights spotted players via a red dot, and spotted enemies are now also visible to friendlies. The SG-36 Sentry Gun will no longer track players behind walls, and the overall damage and health for the SG-36 Sentry Gun has also been lowered. Moving on to our good buddy Dozer, bashing with the SOB-8 ballistic shield while inside smoke should now always deal damage. For Irish, his fortification system recharge rate reduced from 25 to 20 seconds. And now we have an update for weapons in update 4.1. Now, a lot of people told me that nothing was changed with the weapons, they just added the attachments and everything was working as intended. But according to the update notes, update 4.0 introduced an unintended change to the behavior of some weapons via incorrect values on their damage tables. In this update, we're restoring performance to its intended design, and you should feel an overall improvement to weapon performance. See what I mean? People told me that I was wrong, that nothing was updated, everything felt fine, but it just didn't feel fine. So I'm glad the performance for weapons were updated. I look forward to playing it tomorrow. They went on to note that the impact of recoil affecting attachments has been lowered, while base recoil has been improved to compensate. This means weapons without attachments now handle better. Moving on, we have an update to the bolt action rifle breath control. They stated that the breath control now lasts a max of 5 seconds with an added 5-second penalty if used entirely. Now for the underbarrel attachments, they no longer affect weapon deploy speed. The overall horizontal recoil for DMRs has been reduced, and sidearms are now faster to deploy. Now jumping into the individual weapon updates for the AC-42, they increased the distance damage drop off at higher ranges. For the AK-24, they removed the AK-24's semi-auto fire mode, and they increased the AK-24's burst mode rate of fire to 900 RPM. For the NTW-50, they improved the effectiveness against vehicles. They also added an additional damage multiplier versus tank tracks. For the PKP-BP, they increased the vertical recoil and added a new horizontal recoil profile. They improved the SFAR-M GL damage at short to medium range. Taking down an enemy now requires 5 instead of 4 bullets while at 20 meters, and they increased the SFAR-GL's distance damage drop off. Next up, for the SVK, they reduced the horizontal recoil to make it easier to land follow-up shots. They increased the SVK distance damage drop off past 40 meters, and then the SVK's high-powered round magazine damage now lowered past 150 meters, and then taking down an enemy now requires 3 instead of 2 bullets. Now we've got one update for vehicles. They fixed a bug for no XP being rewarded when capturing an objective in a vehicle that wasn't spawned via the deploy menu. And then they noted that following the release of update 0.4.0, we're continuing to make balance adjustments to vehicle gameplay by updating the total number of vehicles that can be active at any time across maps in Conquest and Breakthrough. They also made some additional updates for certain modes in Breakthrough 64 as well as Conquest 128. So if you guys would like a full breakdown, definitely look at the patch notes. The MAV is now part of the transport vehicle category. And then for the M5C Bolt, the missile launcher no longer deals unintentional increased damage to air vehicles. And then the Bolt is now a part of the armored vehicle category. So there's been a lot of good updates for update 4.1. What is really good news is we know that season 1 is happening in June officially. So I'm definitely looking forward to that update as well as all of the improvements in 4.1. Let me know what your thoughts are on this update as well in the comment section. I'm streaming on Twitch now, so if you guys would like to follow me, definitely click the link in the description. If you guys would like to see live Battlefield 2042 gameplay, also guys, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel with your notifications on, and don't forget to check back again tomorrow for another Battlefield 2042 news video.